Today we're here with Carol, who I just met a few days ago. I met your husband just about 3 or 4 weeks ago, who came in for a consultation regarding CBDs, and somehow you got a hold of the CBDs.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me what happened, and tell me a little bit about you and what you've been going through and what life has been like.
Okay, I had back problems in the early 90s and after that surgery, I still had back problems, back pain, limited mobility, but it was something I felt I just had to deal with because I wasn't a candidate for pain pills. So that was just something I had to suck up, I thought. So then from there, other little things came up as I was aging, my thyroid, high blood pressure, these other things, insomnia, which caused me to not be able to be up and mobile during the day because I'd have these fallouts. My energy was depleted. I was not a prisoner, but I was just I was committed to my bed more than I was to my family. I was also involved in a motorcycle accident. I had trauma to both wrists, both shoulders, in the chest wall, whiplash, neck, concussion, nothing on the lower extremities. That pain has been going on since April 20th of 2016.
And in addition to your chronic back pain and musculoskeletal pain in your upper body, you also was diagnosed with another condition.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
After my daughter was born in 1991, about 3 months later, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. Very, very painful, and it was captured as moderate to severe. At the time, the doctor that was treating me had put me on Asacol, other sulfa drugs, and prednisone 6-packs, like continuously, back to back. The prednisone, I broke out in rashes from the prednisone. I had a bad reaction with that.
Did you gain weight with the prednisone?
Oh, yes. Oh, of course, yeah. And again, with the ulcerative colitis, limited, I couldn't go out. My social life, I lost a lot of friends because I couldn't go out and do things with them. Things with my children, I didn't go to the state fair that was just in, I wouldn't go to that, you wouldn't catch me dead. Bathroom problem, you gotta find a bathroom, and I don't wanna be in the outside facility. So, and then you gotta watch what you eat, and the things that you love to eat, you can't have. The pain of the abdomen and the abdominal is unreal.
So tell us when you started and how you started on the CBD.
All right, my husband, he was referred to you, Dr. Wang, and he came home and he told me that he had met you and what a wonderful practice you had. And he said he had CBD oil, and I was like panicked. I was like, CBD what? And he was like, yeah, it's from the plant and this, that, and of course I went chaotic. I'm like, it's marijuana, it's illegal. And he's like, no, sit back. He's like, it's not, it's all legal. And I was like, oh. And I saw him doing things that he hasn't done in 18 years.
Such as?
So, he had a really bad shoulder problem because he could never go higher than here. I've always seen him swing his arm around to do stuff. He stopped all the things he loved to do, fishing and crabbing and things, and he was in the kitchen and he reached up in the cabinet to get his coffee cup. And my mouth like to hit the floor. I went, could you get me a cup, please? And he reached up again with that arm and he got that cup of coffee, the coffee cup. I said, Lynn, what are you doing? He's like, I know, right? And I was like, okay. So he went up about his business, and I walked over to the counter and I got that oil and I'm reading it. And I thought, okay, and I opened it up and I'm going to test it myself. Years of pain went away within 20 minutes. And I'm like, pinching myself. This is an epiphany. And I'm like, wait a minute. I called him. I said, you got to come back downstairs. I need to talk to you. And I said, Len, hug me. And he hugged me, and I didn't push him away. I always pushed him away because when we embraced, you know, our bodies would touch, and it would hurt my stomach from the ulcerative colitis and I have a diseased colon. That's what I was told.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, my hands. I said, I know what my hands are swollen. They were swollen this morning. I took that CBD oil. I have no puffiness in my hand. I'm wrinkling. The swelling, the inflammation went away between the ride from my home to here, which was 20 minutes.
Wow. Wow.
I had hip pain. I had knee pain. That's gone.
Wow. And you're also colitis.
Oh,
You're having frequent movements.
Oh yeah. I haven't had a flare up, and I was in a flare up when I took the CBD oil. This is what I don't get, is that I could never get out of this.
Yes.
Naturally, without the sulfa drugs and without the prednisone, and I don't want them because I read and I know what those do to other parts of your body. And I really felt like I was tweaking out, and I really felt my life was over. I just thought some pretty hardcore stuff, and I was like, I'm just sitting here and being a grandma and a wife that can't do anything. I was watching my husband doing everything.
And what can you do now?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the first time ever, I walked my granddaughter to the park, which is right behind our house. It's a good 20-minute walk. It has a beautiful playground. We went to 2 parks that day. Okay, I couldn't even go to one. Walking to it. We would drive to parks. But I went to 2 parks with her, spent from 1 o'clock until 5:30, 5:45 with her. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
And then I stayed, I was able to make her dinner. I cooked her food, I got her vegetables together. I sat down, I got to feed my granddaughter. I know she's 3 and she can do it herself, but, and she looked at me, she said, Nina, what happened to you?
Oh.
And I said, honey, all I can say is I found something that works for me, and it's a blessing. I told Lenny, my husband, I'm like, do you realize something? Do you notice something different? Where am I? Where have I been? He said, not home and in bed. He said, you've been gone.
Wow.
And I had this ear-to-ear smile, and I cannot express what has been happening.
Wow.
It's an epiphany. It's life. I have life. I feel the clarity. Oh my goodness. When we left here the other day, and I did my oil in the car as we were riding down the road, the clarity of me driving. I wasn't anxious. I wasn't worried about the next person pulling out anymore. Like, I have a better sense of my being around me. Oh, I'm on target now. I used to work in the medical field. I stopped working because I didn't feel competent enough where I was before I started the regime of pills. Another physician that I was seeing told me, oh, it's going to take you a year to get off your Ambien. You're going to need the inhalers for the rest of your life because you have obstructive airway disease. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be like my aunt who every 5 minutes, she's on these, puffing on these air. I didn't want to be that. And that was prednisone too, a steroid. No wonder I couldn't lose weight along with other facets.
So are you saying that the CBD has helped your breathing?
I haven't taken my inhalers in 10 days. Nothing. No Ambien, no nothing. Can I show you something?
Sure.
This is this morning. I got all my pills together. Okay, and there's my thyroid medicine, there's the anxiety, there's the high blood pressure, the rescue inhaler, the regular inhalers for the daytime, the nasal squirts I had to do twice a day. Then there's the muscle relaxer. So, I cut out everything that you see up here and a compound cream, a pain cream, that I don't use anymore because I don't need to, because of the CBD oil. And the only thing that I got a little nervous about and I stayed on was my thyroid pill because I had radioactive iodine done. So I know that part of my thyroid is either gone or partially destroyed. And that's why I'm on the Levoxyl. So I still take my Levoxyl, and this is my regimen for the day.
Oh, wow.
And this is only half in the morning, half at night.
Wow.
Drops.
So you substituted a whole
All these
shelf
plus,
load of medications
plus
and pills.
2 other things that aren't on there. And now that I'm off with that, clarity is back. I'm sharp as a tack. I dot my I's, I cross my T's. I don't miss a trick anymore. And that is another thing I'm like, can't wrap my head around this yet because I'm back. I'm happy. And I have a life.